Hello, everybody. Good morning. It's actually morning for me, so I can actually say good morning. I am doing pretty good today. I am a little tired. I have work later today, so it's not going to be an incredibly long stream, but I would like to play the Stanley Parable. Mainly because I've never actually played the Stanley Parable before. I think I played it like once when it was still a Gmod mod, but beyond that, but that was like years ago, so I don't even remember it. That being said, I also have seen playthroughs of the original game, not the well, also the you know, the Gmod mod, but it is what it is, I guess. I don't know. Alright, so I was just checking some things. And yeah, with that, I think we should just get straight to the game. I've been excited about it. I've heard they changed a lot about the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe or whatever it's called. So it's I'm interested to see how weird the game is. Now I already been doing some of the setting stuff, but I thought just in case the game gets straight into the process, we just start right now. And can I make it not? There you go. Yep. Because I know how these games are. I was just worried that it might jump straight into the gameplay. Okay, I didn't need to concern myself with that, but you know what? Here we are. Let's just do this. Let's just fucking vibe. The end is never the end. Oh shit, hang on. Ah, no!
Big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
And Stanley was happy until he wasn't. Oop. I didn't mean to click. Here we are. Finally. In the Stanley Parable.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Now, I'm kind of curious. Because I haven't, I know you're supposed to kind of go against the narrator in the game. But I'm also kind of interested to see what happens if I follow his instructions for this first run. So I want to follow his instructions for this first time, and then we'll go against him.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Bob. I saw the don't get fired frame, which I would like to say.
To a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I think it was funny that one of the instructions was just do a bunch of work and don't expect like a pay raise or promotion.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
All right. Just the elevator. It's a little dark. I might have made the darkness a little bit on the high end. Look like I can't actually change it, so we'll just go with the babes. So yeah, as I said, we're just gonna be going along with the instructions for now, for this first one. And just remember, everybody, the end is not the end.
Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Alright, hang on 1 second. There we go.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
Television?
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Yeah, I've been, by the way, how is everyone shaking today?
The monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the
Hope
building.
y'all are doing
Stanley's
pretty
coworkers.
good.
The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on the
Because
screen.
I'm doing pretty well myself. I'm vibing today.
Monitored in this place where freedom and
Fired. Fired. Fired.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe it couldn't
Oh.
be true. Had
Hey,
Stanley
Fudia.
been
Oh,
under someone's
Fushia.
control all this time? Was this the only
How are you
reason he
doing
was
today?
happy with his boring
How's it
job?
shaking?
That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Yes.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it?
Okay,
Was it
dog.
even possible?
Please be
Had he truly
shush.
spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But
Yes.
here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Has been alright. That's good. Did you do anything cool today? Or have you done anything so cool so far? Because I know it's a bit early for at least me. It's only 11.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, Even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool
There we go.
breeze upon his skin.
About to get my laptop to work on my PNG model. Hey!
Possibility of the new
Well, I hope you have a fun time with that.
was exactly the way
We're playing this game.
now that things were meant.
I basically said at the very beginning of the stream that we're gonna be doing the instructions, which we just did. It was very quick, as you can tell, only like 7 minutes. But now we're going to start not following the instructions. You know, like he said, hey, go to the left door. We're gonna go to the right, or like go up the stairs. We're gonna go down the stairs. Right, just stuff like that. I wonder, is there like a speed run of this game?
Were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had sent
420.
a memo.
Nice. Hey, drawing faces, that's fair. I mean, my face is pretty good.
Open doors. He entered the door on his left.
No.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly
I know.
well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring.
Cold
It
drinks.
had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No. I refuse.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. What? Really?
Yes.
I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration?
Yes, I do.
I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. Perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
No, I refuse. I refuse to follow your instructions, you motherfucker.
Find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen. Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted?
Yes.
Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you?
It's beautiful.
Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see.
I do, correct.
Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what, let me take a stab in the dark at a new design and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin. Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version.
Okay.
The game benefited from allowing you more choices. Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. A 1? I mean, I can understand if you had reservations.
This is just trying to piss him off as much as I physically can.
1? That's not even helpful. What am I supposed to do with that? But I guess it isn't my place to judge. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Let's see. What's the... Yep. Yep. Oh, is that like an actual timer? I could go through that door, but I'm also not going to, just out of spite.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again,
no. I refuse. I'm gonna piss you off as much as I can.
A prototype of a new game I've been working on. That would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting.
Do it, bitch.
Would you?
Yes.
Perfect. Let me boot it up. In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire,
what if I just don't press the button?
Game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family.
What if I just don't do anything? Do
Do
y'all think? Let me just not even press the button.
The game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep.
I'm not gonna play this for 4 hours. Maybe. Yeah, just didn't even try.
Because you hate babies or purely to spite me? I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game, just to ease the pain? Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
The end is never the end.
Aha!
Wait, no, stop, hang on. Hold the fucking phone. I think this is a real game called, I think, Firewatch?
What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation? Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted, erotic purpose.
Yeah, it's the Firewatch game.
Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley.
You also, like, completely misunderstood what the game was about.
And see what else is out there.
I'm just gonna stay here. Just stay here. See, like, it's cool. I'll do some clicking, maybe. Look at these space puffs. I imagine I don't imagine I can really do anything I wonder if there's like a timer. If it's like a timer, I can just sit here, right? Yeah, what if we just sit here for a little bit? Just to see what happens. Because I know this game has like a lot of things like that, where if you just kind of like go against the narrator for like sometimes like a couple of minutes, he will change, right? So if we just like don't play, what happens? Or are we being forced to play Firewatch? I'm curious. Did you know there's like in D&D 5e, well, not in D&D 5e, but just like D&D in general, Spelljammer, there is I think like 16 different. Oh, let's just go out. There is, I think, like 16 different varieties of giant space hamster, including but not limited to the miniature giant space hamster.
Oh no. No, it can't be. It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off. Oh, thank goodness. You nearly wandered off into that thing, that big open, just wandering around, no right or wrong directions, no path to follow. You can just go in any. Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls.
What game do you think it is? Do you think it's actually going to be a real game? Because like this was a real game called Firewatch.
I think this will be just the thing.
So I'm interested to see what he chooses now. Holy shit, it's Rocket League.
Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had.
We're in Rocket
Just
League.
a nice big box for you to run around.
It's actually
There's
Rocket
no
League.
possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
It's actually Rocket League. It's branded and everything.
Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun.
Let me
We shall
out.
run the bases and do a touchdown together? Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
Holy shit, it's actually Rocket League. Oh, we can get pretty fast. Or faster. I wonder what happens if I... Okay, I can't. Let's just assume... I can't believe it's actually just Rocket League. Oh!
What are you doing?
I actually wasn't expecting that.
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back.
Oh. You know, I'm genuinely impressed that it had both Rocket League and Firewatch in it. Also, this is the old Stanley Parable map, I think. From back in Gmod. I think that is the case, at least. It's been a while. Yeah. Yeah, I think this is for...
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder
Not in
if he's happy with
Gmod.
his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
I can wait too. Just chat and stream now, babes. Alright. Sorry, I was just checking something. So, back in the game, it looks like.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
That was actually really
Stanley
cool.
decided to go to the meeting.
They had
Perhaps
Firewatch and Rocket League. So we're gonna go down the left door this time.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
But we're gonna go
Coming
down
to
the
staircase,
stairs.
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Down into the boiler room.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason.
Oh, and now we're
None of it
looping.
made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him where...
And we're also looping.
And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled.
This is,
all a dream.
we're not even going to the garage anymore.
Relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all.
Oh, there's the garage.
He thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams,
Nothing like just speed running through an infinite loop.
was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the button.
Just gonna...
Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment and my wife.
Well, Sally's
my
married?
job.
I don't believe
All I
that.
want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
I don't... Yep. There it is. I was walking into a wall.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Hey. Playing that game, you bitch.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Oh?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy, this much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She
Mike?
had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
My question is, what happens if we just don't play the game now? Like, what if we just don't... What do you think would happen if we just sit here and let the game play? Just watch the clock go. Because, I mean, we could talk, like, for instance, I've been, so Orion and I have both decided to start trying to write a bit more. And in doing so, we've decided on a couple things. Like, for instance, by the way, that clock is incorrect. That is not what the time is. But yeah, basically what we've decided that we want to try to write a bit more, and we discovered this thing on Amazon, which unfortunately it's Amazon, of course. called Kindle Vella. And Kindle Vella is a kind of a neat, it's like Wattpad. It's like Wattpad in a lot of ways, I guess, where there is like you write stories, you can post those stories for people to read. But the thing is, you can actually like the first couple of episodes, as they're called, are free. But then after that they start getting, you can start charging to watch, like to read the next episodes. And Orion and I are trying to do that, and I had a story going for a while, but I've decided that I want to try to write a new story for this project. And because I'm me and I'm a huge nerd, I want to I've been wanting to make my own magic system for it. Also, do you guys think that actually is something happening here? Like, if we just don't move the game, something will happen with the game? Like, one of the narrators is gonna think we're like AFK or something like that, you know? You know what? Nah, we're not gonna do that. I don't know how long that's gonna be, and I feel like we already wasted a bit of time. But
All of his co-workers would go. Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No.
Yo, you've been watching Gundam IBO? I love IBO.
A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
Hang on. Give me that recognition, baby. Give me that recognition. I'm doing the cookie clicker hand. Give me that recognition, you bitch. Maybe we have to click on the right door. Let's do 420. So what do you think of Iron-Blooded Orphans for what you have watched? Just out of curiosity. Because personally speaking, I've been a pretty big fan. Let's just, yeah, let's just do this route.
And Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps
but yeah, like, what do you think of Iron-Blooded Orphans?
Just to admire it. Wow. Yes. This room. What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room. Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour on his way to the meeting room.
Frustrated at the one noble character for being so opposite on us, thinking everything he was doing is being a noble. Eok? Yeah, so that's everyone's reaction to Eok. Especially considering Eok fucking...
Yes, really
Eok made a fucking mobile armor activate.
Co-workers have mysteriously vanished. Here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Right? So, like, I feel like that's a reasonable reaction to have. Just to be frustrated with Eok.
Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Coffee nut. Did you not fucking read the history on them? I don't think he did.
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue. But when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
Okay, now we're actually gonna sit here. Just to annoy the narrator. But yeah, I don't think he did. Primarily speaking, because it feels like he doesn't realize that a mobile, like, it doesn't... it's not only Gundams that could take on mobile armors, but it's like heavily implied that most of the mobile armors are taken out by either Valkyria frames, so like the Helmut Rheincar or the Grimgird, or a Gundam. Neither of which Eok was piloting at the time. He was piloting a rigging glaze. No need to apologize for swearing. Yeah, no need to apologize for the swearing. I myself swear a lot, so like, you know, unless it's like a personal thing, don't sweat it if you curse in my chat. I am not say so, but that does not mean I'm horny. It just means I say fuck a lot. And shit. And tits. I'm actually curious to see what happens if we wait in here now. I wouldn't be surprised if there's nothing that comes from this one either. But we're just gonna be this is just gonna be the waiting run. We're just gonna wait here for a while, see what happens. You know, maybe move around a little bit, like.
But at last, he'd had enough.
Ah, damn! I was trying to tease him.
To get back to business.
I was trying to tease him. Yeah, that's fair. You want to get back to business? Let's see if we can do something messed up here.
Through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Do you have any particular favorite moments?
He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now, in order to get back, he needed to go, from here, it's, left.
Damn.
Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake.
Oh, I can see what this is.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking?
The bird?
It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute?
The mobile armor.
Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Now, I'm curious. Oh.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Ah. So, okay, that was an ending. I guess there's like the spoilered ending.
Were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley... Wait, what?
Oh, it's going still! It's going still!
Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here.
Yeah,
I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure.
There's what...
Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
There's one moment in particular that I really liked in Iron-Blooded Orphans. Although I don't think you're quite there yet. But it has to do with the Gushin. Oh god, we're in the fucking back rooms. It legit feels we're in the, like we're in the back rooms right now. This is horrible.
This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Oh, I got somewhere though, you fucking dick.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
And there's no doors.
Okay, yep. I'm remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
There's more open doors now. General.
Aha! I knew we missed something. The story. Here it comes.
The story.
No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
I don't like the looks of it here, y'all.
Well, I'll be honest. I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct?
Yes.
Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win!
Hey! I won!
I know you put in
a Pokemon TTRPG.
Really paid off, so good.
That could be fun. Like, how would it work? Like, would you be a trainer or would you be the Pokemon?
Right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win.
Like, what would you want to do with a Pokemon TTRPG?
Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart. All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
What if we don't? What if we get off now? Suck my nuts.
No, I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
Okay, so we have to follow the line. The burnt pancake. Welcome to the stream. The adventure line, yeah. I don't recall ever seeing you before. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're having a good day.
You see,
although
the line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny.
Yeah, well, welcome to the stream.
We end up be our destination.
I hope you're enjoying it so far.
Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such
My name
that
is
destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now we can both agree that the nature of existence.
So yeah,
is
I am Basco Prola. I'm going to be your new robot best friend. I hope you enjoy yourself.
Okay.
Oh shit! Gremlin mode. Damn. Okay, hang on 1 second. Let me get Gremlin mode activated. Also, hello, Sadbot. All right, one moment. I'm gonna be. We're doing BRB. so we can do the good gremlin mode. Yeah, no issue. Welcome to the stream, Sab. I hope you're having a good day, and I hope you're having a fun time with your commissions. Yeah, I just need to make sure I can. There we go. Oh! Did you just shoot me a follow? Hang on, I can't see it. Yep, you did. Thank you for the follow, Burnt Pancake. Ooh. I hope we're having a great day. Let's see. It is it's always like a process because like I just don't memorize the way to actually start doing this stuff. There, yeah. Cool. All right, gremlin mode has been activated. Let me just wham. There we go. All right, so that is going to be. Oh, there I am. Gremlin mode has been activated. Once again, if you're curious on who made this mode, that is going to be Kieran, the VTuber. They're pretty cool. I'd recommend checking them out. I think they unveiled a new model recently. Yeah, I might also need to adjust some of the things. Are you gonna be? Yo, you're getting. Wait, are you getting a gremlin from Kieran too? Are you getting it? Wait. Sad. You can't do this to me. Are we gonna be? Yes.
Now,
We're gonna be siblings. We should have a gremlin stream.
Of your subjective experience of this office, is this office in fact the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize.
We needed to have a gremlin sibling stream.
I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Oh, gremlin. Okay, gremlin mode has been deactivated, so we're switching back to normal mode. We're back, baby. Some jovial music. Okay, it doesn't seem like I can get anywhere from just going against the line, so... We're on an adventure! An adventure line! I think the adventure line is a little confused. It's also very loud. Adventure!
Wait, cut the music.
Thank you.
Go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure
no
you
more
study
gremlin,
it closely
only Stanley.
And remember it carefully.
Okay.
You won't want to miss anything.
That's a good fern.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell? Oh, no.
Did we get spoiled again?
You have done this to us, and after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Alright. Do you have to go down the line again?
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Sure. Sure, Mr. Narrator. Wait, you haven't completed the normal ending? No, I have.
Yes, this is exciting.
I have. I'm just
Stanley
so
forging a new
what
path, a
originally
new story. Well, it could
when
be
we,
anything.
when we did
What
this
do you want our
path,
story to be?
he got super upset that we got
Use
spoiled
your
in that
imagination.
area,
Whatever it might
which
be,
caused him
Stanley,
to
I'm
restart
ready
the game, which caused the adventure line to be made because we lost track of the story. And now we're doing this, and it feels like we're progressively getting more and more
No, not you again.
into the
Stanley,
back rooms.
I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
This is like a fucking SCP.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere. Which
Going
means that
against the
somewhere,
flow.
the place where we're trying to go, there must be a
I'm trying to
reverse door that
antagonize
leads here. And that in turn
the-
means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin.
What the fuck's
So
he even
starting from
talking
the right,
about?
let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Oh, is he not gonna let us do the left door? Okay.
Oh, hold up, what's this?
That's a long time.
Confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all
We've been
one
playing for
giant
17 minutes.
and we're supposed to restart the game what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget?
Yes.
Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me?
Nonsense philosophy
Why
and
do I get to
music.
decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know?
Realign Internal Skeleton, thank you for the redeem.
Will something happen?
Ooh.
Okay.
Thank you.
I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you...
Oh.
Someone was following Stanley. He was sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time.
Oh yeah, thank you for coming. I hope you have a wonderful day, and thank you for the follow. I stream quite often, so hopefully you'll be able to find me once again. Although the past couple of weeks I haven't really been streaming that much because I've been like sick and then busy, you know.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors. He entered the door on his left.
Fuck you.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Wait, so was that a different ending even though the narrator said something different?
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact
It's
is
the
that
adventure line!
been
Holy shit, the adventure line is still here!
this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision.
It's the adventure line!
I'm not asking for me. I'm asking for, this is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life.
Her?
She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley. You need to
What
be
the
the one to
fuck?
do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Oh, what the fuck? Apartment 427?
Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven.
What?
All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley.
Damn,
Trying to get you
dude.
to see something. Come
Bruh.
inside. Let me show you what's really going on here. Sorry, but you're in my story now.
Bitch.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley. Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
What if I don't? Oh, I have
Look at
to,
him
okay.
there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life. But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful, and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him. And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers,
Oh,
his boss,
man.
everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Spend time with the
So
boys.
he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world,
Oh, it's
he
like
began
the
to think with many
cane.
possible paths and destinations.
Or turning
Down
back
one
into the
path lay
office.
an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable. It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free.
Yeah, it's
Surely
slowly
there's
turning
an
back
answer
into the
down some
office, I
new
think.
path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time. But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it. You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself? I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button.
Please die. I died. Game restarts.
Someone was following Stanley. He was sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time. Oh.
New content.
What does that mean? New content.
New stuff? I'll check out some new stuff. Yay! We're going on an adventure with new stuff.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content. Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure. Is it broken? What's
Yeah, are
going
we
on
stuck?
there? Should we be moving somewhere?
Oh, there it is.
Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it. I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley. All right, let's see it.
The jump circle.
The jump circle?
Now this is gaming. I've never gamed so hard in my life. Oh. Well, that was riveting content.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right? Goodness.
We could jump.
Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not...
I have no idea what you mean,
It's just
narrator. This is the most exciting content I've ever played in my
New
life.
content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could counter 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh wait, there's more. Very good. Yes, I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
Thank you for enjoying the new content.
Oh, you see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this?
Wait.
I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my
I
fault,
kind of want to look
Stanley.
at the achievement
I built up
now.
too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
I'm gonna actually see the achievements because I'm curious. I'm sickened and curious. View my achievements. There is one legitimately called test achievement. Please ignore. There's actually one called that. Oh my god, we need to click on a door 430 times? All sliders in the menu to all achievable numbers. Don't play the Stanley Parable for 10 years is an achievement? Oh! Hang on, I did not even realize. Oh, hang on 1 second. Sorry about that. My caretakers came home, so I just wanted to debrief with them.
Stanley!
Oh, there's
Come
crouching.
over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
Okay, let's go this way. There's crouching. The Stanley Parable. Yeah, my caretakers apparently picked a bunch of strawberries. So I had a freshly picked strawberry. It was delicious. It was very juicy.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
What the
call
fuck?
it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC. You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013 when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back
Steam.
then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Galactic Cafe. I'm surprised they're kind of not acknowledging the fact that the Stanley Parable was originally a Gmod mod. The demo. Go outside. All the nominations they got. Is it just a piano? I hope that this is not copyrighted music. I hope this is not copyrighted music.
Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them. And now, it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just
Why
a husk
why
of
Persona
a
3?
lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
Yeah, why Persona 3 out of all the games they could have Minecraft? Out of everything they could have chose, it chose Persona 3 and Skyrim. Bit weird. The original remake. Scott.
Here's another moving passage, this time from
Textures.
GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone. to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
This is kind of like a cool little segment, though.
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back to have it all over again.
A box. There's clearly a thing down there. I want to go in there.
Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh no. Oh God, no. Stanley,
Steam reviews.
From Steam. Video game distributor.
Steam reviews.
Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Not recommended. I'll say.
I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny? I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Well, the idea of the game is good. It becomes very repetitive and
While
fast.
the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness.
A little bit.
Actually quite
A little preachy.
I always, well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did, but maybe it wasn't. Oh dear, what an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure, like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered. What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt.
I'm not.
It means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have. And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people.
I'm going to let him drone.
Then, by goodness,
I want to see if there's a reaction.
Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable...
No, we're just going to... We're gonna let you go, because I actually like hearing the narrator.
Or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is. So on and so forth, until inevitably, we all
Inevitably.
until the end of time, at which time, everything all at once. So, now you see, blah, 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 blah. We've eaten too much, and it can't be just yet. No, until 245. Got the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't.
Is he just saying random
It's the only
things?
thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago? Which is why I say, the story, and the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so, now you see, blah 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet, no, until 245. But the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only
Just gonna let him
thing
keep
there is.
on going,
And it is
babes.
left until so much more than forever ago, which is why I say the story and the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by
Oh,
becoming
it's
it
just
is,
gonna
so
repeat.
on and so forth, until inevitably.
Okay, so he's just repeating. Okay.
Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you
Started
would
repeating,
know it,
which is
but
why
if
I
had
decided
describe
to
it,
skip
I'd
it.
say it was perhaps less of a rumination and more of a treatise. Or maybe a manifesto. Look, I'll outline it for you very briefly, and you can tell me what you think. Okay, so my theory is that any choice you've ever made is simply a series of choices made by the person who you are or... Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's
I did not.
the minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's not unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again. I think the skip button has been aptly demonstrated, and we can say goodbye to it and just... Wait. How do we get out of here? Where did the door go?
Oh,
Was
shit.
there a door that led into this room? I do feel quite certain that there was one here before. How else would we have gotten into the room in the first place? I don't think one can enter a room without a door of some sort, or a window or something like that. Do you see a window anywhere? A porthole? A sufficiently large crack in the wall? Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone. I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every... Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks.
This is darkness now.
Hello. Again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything.
How long? How long has it been?
So much time. I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you.
The plant died. Oh, he's gone. Huh? That's totally not gonna get irritating. Just getting out of that.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have
He's
a point.
still
It was meant to speak
around?
to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs down
Still going. He's gone.
The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end.
I think he-
is never the end, is never the end.
I
is
think
never
he
the
went
end,
insane.
Is never the end, 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 is never the end.
Oh, there's a lot of water coming down now. Oh! It's disintegrating from time. I wonder how long we've been here. It's day. We still can't get out, I don't think. So let's just keep skipping, babes. Nature's reclaiming it, which implies that it's been quite some time. And now it's gone, which implies even more time. Although we do have a little bit of a pile forming. What the fuck? What's that sound? Oh. I'm curious to see if the button will pop up again. I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't. The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end. We have no choice. The narrator's gone. The button won't restart. We have nowhere to go but forward. That was a cool ending. I really liked that ending. That was a really cool ending.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
New content. I'm interested in this new.
It is my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Yeah, new content. I'm down for new content. So no cool ride or anything, just straight to the elevator, huh? I'll bite.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley
Parable 2.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged
Taste the
an
sequel.
entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
They're back 2 doors.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
New feature. I know you can't really see it, but I just had like a big old smile across my face. Bigger than my usual smile.
Here we are. Go on.
The reassuring bucket. And button that says the name of the player.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
Okay, hang on. Just to be safe, I'm going to mute the game. I don't want my actual name being said. Just okay, just fully, just to be safe. I don't want to Okay, it's just a okay. It's just a random name.
Clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your
I was worried that it was going to be like my actual name.
Players Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim.
I'm Jim Sco.
I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now? If so, then please step forward and press the button.
Jim.
Yes, you see? What a thrill! That was you!
Jim.
The button described you. Do it again, do it again. Jim. Ooh, it hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
Points at camera, Jim. Still a crouch button, I just realized that.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
Jump circle, infinite hole. I want this free achievement.
Now here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes, you see, you'll come to this leave. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy
Give me the
all
achievement.
fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Bitch. This is super weird.
What else? What other exhibits
Jump
have
circle.
you seen yet? You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's a... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle? Oh well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece then.
Bitch! Give me my jumps back!
calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2.
The
now
reassuring
that's an
bucket.
artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential. A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well,
Where's the
I'm happy to
bucket?
say that after much
Where's the
consideration,
bucket?
I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley,
I need to be
every time you're
reassured,
holding
please.
the bucket, a sense of calm
Please.
and ease will fill your mind and your heart.
Please.
Oh, as long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley
Please give me
Parable
the
will
bucket.
feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting.
Please.
You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes.
Oh, he
the
said no to
bucket
word.
is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try.
Bucket.
Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair.
Hello,
must
Mr.
already be sweeping
Mr.
through your body.
Blah,
And
blah,
in
blah,
fact,
blah.
Can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you
Mr.
an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive.
Hello,
as
Mr.
a
Prola.
person.
Hello,
The
Lex
benefits of the bucket seem
Temporis.
to go on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Do I just have a bucket now? Do we just have a bucket?
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should
Are you talking
be
about
an award if it isn't
the
already.
buckets? I see the bucket fits me? What is that supposed to mean?
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Oh shit, the infinite hole. I want to go down the infinite hole. Let's go down the infinite hole. With our reassuring bucket. Thank you. The bucket is very fitting. I would have to agree. That was weird.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium. You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then,
We got the
since
bucket.
you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press
Dude.
the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
What do you think happens if we
I don't mean
just
to be a bummer,
keep
but I
going?
recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
Let's just see if we can write it out. How's it going, Lex? How's it shaking?
Okay, Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole.
Good.
Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite?
I'm in a hole.
Well, that sort of depends on
I mean,
your
I think you're gonna
definition
do
of
wonderfully.
infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophically
Oh, it's
neutral.
dark
It's
now.
more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You
I
found me out.
0 out of
You're a
10.
liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling.
Maybe we should
What
have a
the only
cool,
person
nice.
actually wants
Yeah.
to fall infinitely. I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem. Look, Things got a little
Remove
heated
the
there. I
hole.
think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why
You're a
don't we
bitch.
just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
No. Do you think if we wait here, he's gonna say something? I don't think. I think that's actually the end. I think we actually need to teleport back up. What do you think?
Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas. Oh, for heaven. I was right. The problem is that you like holes too much. A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of...
It was even shorter that time.
Holes seem even shorter to you this time.
It's
I
even
couldn't help but
shorter.
feel like you spent a little
Hang
less
on, you
time
little
there.
bitch. You made the hole shorter.
Admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above. Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. Gosh, how could I have thought you're back in the hole? If this starts to become a thing where...
It's even shorter.
Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily
Yeah.
less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to
This
get
is
to the
this is a
point where it's no longer
scam.
feasible to
A
call
downright
the hole
charlatan.
infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability and marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter. Well, there it is. The shame of my life. How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this. Who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on.
Oh, it's not working now.
Teleport button not working? You sure?
Yeah, it's not working.
I really don't have an explanation. Still nothing? Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley. You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone. You get to be with the
Thank you for
hole.
the clip,
I get
Lex.
to do literally anything else. Take care, Stanley. I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity together.
Something happened. Was it music? It's lowering! The hole, it's getting deeper! The hole! The hole, it's getting deeper. Truly art. I have to change my perspective. Yo, it's Stanley with his bucket. I think that's the first time we've seen his face. Change your perception. What the fuck's happening? Change your reality? Nope. Ah, yes. Classic. Change yourself. I'm a robot. Puppies. Shows his feet.
Stanley!
You son of a bitch!
It seems you had sort of
No! My hole!
But we can't have that, Stanley, because this
My hole!
is just so darn
My
fascinating
hole!
that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You
My
don't
hole!
miss a single moment. So how about if I just pop in from time to
My
time
hole!
and wake you up to keep you really
Where's
truly
my hole?
focused on the whole? From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in
Give me
this
back my
studio,
hole.
and I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodlepip.
My hole. It's happening again. I just realized I can't change my face right now. That's super weird. Oh, okay, we're back. Can I change my face? Is it broken? Did I break myself at some point? Let's see. No, I can't. I just wasn't able. Am I not able to do while I have the game? Nope. Okay, I don't know what's happening there then. Whatever.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
What if we go back to the hole? What do you think his reaction is going to be if we go back to the hole? Let's go back to the hole. He closed it, that motherfucker. He closed the door. The door? He closed the door on the hole. We can't do the hole anymore.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with? You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Get Well Someday it is.
Bitch.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision.
I want my hole. Yeah, you closed the fucking door on us. We can't do the hole anymore. Like a dick.
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
You have collected one
God,
Stanley.
it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Oh, look! They actually changed the sign. It said, mostly even in a hole, fine, it ended. I love this game. Oh, do we need to get this settings world champion? Hang on, I'm just gonna quickly try to get the settings world champion. Just quickly... I feel like this means we have to actually get the setting world champion, so we're just gonna quickly try to see if we can do that. Alright.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Just quickly... Because I don't really know how we're supposed to exit this area.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Dun 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 dun. I have no idea if I'm actually doing this correctly or not. Admittedly. Hopefully I am. Okay, let's see. Anything else? I think that's it. Nope, okay, well, fuck me, I guess. What else can we do? Birch. And can you let me out, please? I have to put the bucket back. Okay, I can't put the bucket back. I am like kind of stuck. Do I need to like look up how to... Let's see. Okay, well, hang on. We gotta try that again. I'm sorry, everybody. So it's gotta go. We gotta individually click through it. Yeah, so we just hold it down. Apparently he stopped skipping, so we actually have to like click through each individual one to get setting champion, I think. We got this. I'm the #1 setting master here, babes. Alright, so now that that's, we don't have to hear this is the story of a man named Stanley over and over again. Alright. Hopefully this actually works so we can see what's behind the door, because otherwise I don't know what we're supposed to do. Wait. No. Oh no. Come on. There we go. And that should be it. You bitch. I don't know what's happening now. Well, we've done the jump circle, most of the infinite hole. Well, what else are we supposed to do? Let me leave? I legit don't know. I legit don't know what else we're supposed to do. To get the setting world champion, you need to go through each one of the slides point by point in the settings menu. This means not simply holding down the control stick, as we'll also discriminate individual numbers to use the D-pad. Also need to select show subtitles and show translation labels to cause new slides. Fuck! Motherfucker. Well, alright, if the sun or can also toggle the different language modes to see the slides in every language cycle through the I am going to turn into the Joker if I have to do that. Cause I did that. Like I did the subtitles and the translation. These include general setting, field of view, view of mouse sensitivity. Network may also have to toggle the different language modes to see the sliders in every different language cycle through the languages after all the sliders have been complete. Check to trigger the achievement. Where's the languages? Please. Please? It's not working. Yeah, it's just, we could, I don't know. I guess we're just stuck here. I legit just don't. I just don't know what to do. Can't really go through the exit. Do we have to just restart the game? Yeah, but I'm done setting the world champion. It should let me in. Just beginning the game again. I don't know what the deal with that was.
Hello. This is a recorded message scheduled either by you or a person in your place of work. The purpose of this message is to warn you about the dangers of recorded messages. If at any time you believe you are listening to a recorded message, please terminate it immediately and cease all flow of information from the recorded message into your perceptual sphere. Thank you, and have a pleasant day.
The narrator is gone. I'm not gonna go down the new content.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Let's do this. Well, this might be the last roundabout, and then I'm probably gonna end the stream.
Single person here either. Feeling a wave
That
of
was
disbelief,
weird. That was
Stanley
super
decided
weird.
to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
All right, babes.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read
Nope.
Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death. The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Spite.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Goodbye. Was that actually just me dying? Nope.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
But this is not farewell. Exactly.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly. And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Oh, is this like the true ending of the game? See. Stanley has and always will be dead. I've actually never seen this before. Yeah, I've never actually seen this before. Super weird.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you.
And that's how we do it in the game sphere, baby. I think with that, actually, I think I'm gonna call it a stream here. I feel like that's actually kind of like a fitting way to end the stream. And yeah, thank you all so much for coming. I hope you all enjoyed. There is a couple cool things happening today. For instance, later today, Lex and Porce is going to be doing a little event. If you have not seen it, you should totally look at it. And yeah, let's raid somebody. Let's raid. Let's raid her. And with that, I probably won't stream tomorrow. I might, but it's probably gonna be a pretty big no since it's Mother's Day. I have to spend the time with Mom Skill. Yeah. So I'll probably see you on, I think Tuesday's my next free day. So I'll probably stream then. I hope you all have a wonderful day. And yeah. I'll see you all next time.